Hello, my name's Duncan. I'm one of the developers of CiteNet. In this demo, we're going to give a quick overview of what CiteNet is, how it's used, its search, and its visualization features. So CiteNet is a search and visualization tool designed for the exploration of scientific literature. It is different from, say, PubMed or Google Scholar because it is based on a key paper search approach as opposed to a keyword-based search approach. So here, CiteNet works by inputting a set of papers as your query instead of keywords. So for example, I have a particular paper in mind that's related to the coronavirus R0 estimation. So we can find that paper by searching for it in the search bar. And we have it here. So we can select it, and if we wanted to, we could add more papers to our search query, but for the sake of this demo, I'm just going to stick with one. Over here, we have the option to select which view we see. So upon searching, we'll either get a rank list or a network view. The rank list is what's most familiar to you if you use PubMed or Google Scholar or a similar search engine. So we'll stick with that for now, but we'll also demonstrate the network view a little bit later in this demo. So upon searching, CiteNet will return a set of papers that is related to your search query. So we have a bunch of papers that are generally related to COVID-19 modeling, R0 estimation, etc. You can look at these if you feel so inclined. But scrolling over here on the left-hand side will focus a paper given by this little arrow, which will show up on the right-hand side. So here we see more information than just the title and authors. Here we have the title, the journal that it was published in, so this is a preprint, the date that it was published, the author list, the abstract, as well as the option here to add this paper to the search queue, which I'll demonstrate a little bit later in this demo, as well as the option here to go to the publisher site. If we go over here to the top right corner, we can switch to the network view by clicking here, and then we see the papers from the previous view arranged as a network. So here each node corresponds to a paper, the node size corresponds to the relevance to the search query, and the color of the node corresponds to age, with lighter colored nodes being older papers. So we can hover over individual nodes to see their title and author lists. And of course, we can see the relationships between this node and other nodes in the search. If we find a paper we're interested in, we can click on it, and then we get a dialog that's very similar to the rank list dialog. So if I want to refine my search query, I can add this paper to it by clicking this button down here. So now this paper has this hatch pattern over top of it, which indicates that this is now part of the search query. In order to actually make the query, we can go over here and click on the refine search. So then this will just trigger the search again, but with that paper we just added as one of the query papers. Now, if we find a paper that we've read before, what we can do is hover over it and right click. And then you see in this bottom corner, it says paper marked as read. So that indicates that we've read this paper, and then on future searches, if this paper comes up again, it will be colored this way so we can quickly identify papers that we've already read. And if we want to unmark that, we can right click again and it'll mark it as unread. So that concludes the demo of CiteNet, its search and visualization features, and we hope you find it useful.